Hi kids, this is Mrs. Gress. Today I'm going to go over the pages in your reading packet that you're going to be doing for this week's assignment. So in your folder you should find this packet that has this page on the front, Be the Book. We're actually going to do this front page next week, so you're going to open this packet to the back side of that front page where it talks about analogies. We're going to be doing 2 pages about analogies today, and the top half of this page explains to you what analogies are. I'm going to read over it with you, but if you're still confused, you can read over it as many times as you want to. An analogy is a logical way of making a comparison. Here's an example of an analogy. Hot is to cold as light is to dark. To read this analogy, you say hot is to cold as light is to dark. So where the first set of 2 dots, this colon, is, you say is to. Where the set of 2 colons are, you say as, and then the third set of dots, you say is to. Hot is to cold as light is to dark. The analogy compares the relationships between 2 different sets. Each 2 items in the set have a special relationship. The subjects of the sets can be different, but the relationships are the same. The items in one set must be related to each other in the same way as the items in the other set. So in this set, hot and cold are what we would call opposites or antonyms, and light and dark are also opposites or antonyms. Here are some examples of analogous relationships. Whole to part. Pie is to slice as wall is to brick. Pie and wall are the whole thing. Slice is a part of the pie. Brick is a part of the wall. Person to job. Doctor is to heal as chef is to cook. Job to tool used. Scientist is to test tube as carpenter is to hammer. Group to individual. Team is to player as class is to student. Common noun to proper noun. Girl is to Betsy as boy is to Stephen. Girl and boy are common nouns. Betsy and Stephen are proper nouns in this category. Object to action. Boat is to float as airplane is to fly. Category to example. Toy is to ball as tool is to screwdriver. A ball is an example in the category of toys. A screwdriver is an example in the category of tools. Animal to offspring. Offspring means young or baby child. Dog is to puppy, as cat is to kitten. Word to synonym. Exhausted is to tired, as famished is to hungry. Exhausted and tired are synonyms, meaning they mean about the same thing. Famished and hungry are synonyms. In each analogy below, study the completed set to find the relationship between the parts. Then look at the other half and fill in the blank with a word that makes the same relationship. So for number 1, cat is to meow. This relationship is an animal and the sound it makes. So you're going to use the same relationship to complete the second half. Cat is to meow as dog is to, and here you would put the sound a dog makes. When you have completed these 10 problems on this page, which are all pretty easy ones, then you're going to turn it over to the next page, which is titled A Garden of Analogies. These analogies are a little bit more complicated, but you have a word bank here to choose your words to complete the analogies. Help Farmer Fred dig up his garden of analogies. An analogy shows a likeness between 2 objects that are otherwise unlike. Read each analogy. Think about what the words in the first pair have in common. or the relationship between them. Then choose a word from the word bank to complete the second part of the analogy. Use a dictionary if you need help. If there are any words in here or in the word bank that you don't know what they mean, then you may use a dictionary to look up the word to see what it means. You can also go to the website dictionary.com. When you're finished with these 10, then you're going to do the brain work at the bottom of the page. One type of analogy names and describes an object, such as elephant is to big, or big is to elephant. So the elephant is the object, and big is describing that object. Circle the two analogies of this type above. So find the two analogies that have an object and a description of the object as the relationship. Then, on the back of this page, write two more analogies like this. Well, since there's a worksheet on the back of this page, I'd like you to just write one analogy like this, and you can put it right at the bottom in this margin underneath this copyright line. So right here at the bottom is where you're going to write one more analogy that uses the relationship of a name of an object and a description of the object. So you're going to have 4 words down at the bottom, and don't forget to put the dots in between the words. When you're done, submit this assignment by making a video and showing me your 2 pages. Make sure you show them to me closely and clearly enough that I can see your answers.